Hello, everyone, and welcome back. As always, I'm your girl, Candy Washington. Before we dive into today's episode, which is Mauricio Umansky spotted getting cuddly and cozy with a mysterious blonde, the question is it Emma Slater, his Dancing with the Stars partner, or is it someone else? So before we dive in, go ahead and like, subscribe, and share. So this is according to Us Weekly. It says Mauricio Umansky was spotted getting cozy with a mysterious woman weeks after he made headlines for holding hands with Dancing with the Stars partner Emma Slater. An eyewitness exclusively tells us that Umansky was flirting with a blonde at Soho House, Austin, in the Texas capital on Saturday, November 11th. Quote, he was all over her, the insider said. There was no kissing, but they were getting very close. Now, those of you who are familiar with Scandival, doesn't this give Scandival vibes? Remember when Tom Sandoval went to, I think it was Texas. It was either Austin or Dallas, someplace in Texas like that. Keep Austin weird or whatever the hell it is. And he was spotted with a blonde, and it turned out she was like some social media influencer, and they were spotted at a bar together. And then she's like, no, he's just a friend. Like, I don't want all of this media attention. Oh my gosh, you guys, calm down. And it's like, well, why are you going to a bar where you know you're going to get, photographed with someone who is so heavily in the public eye? This is giving such Scandival vibes. But let's keep going. According to the source, Umansky and the mystery woman sat next to each other and were part of a larger group. He was flirting with her and holding her hand at one point, the witness adds. They were whispering to each other. He had his arm behind her. They were definitely having fun together, and she was into it. They left together with the group. This is the thing. I need a screenshot. I need a TikTok. I need an Instagram story. I need a video. I need something. I need proof of this. I need proof. I need something. In 2023, we need to come with receipts, because is this just a mysterious blonde, or is it Emma? Because don't forget, him and Emma came out being like, no, we're just friends. We're just really close friends. We're just, trying to win Dancing with the Stars. There's nothing going on. Don't worry. Keep voting for us. So who knows? And this also isn't that salacious, to be honest, because number one, Kyle and Mauricio, for all intent and purposes, their public front, whether this is just for a storyline, whether it's to get out of his multi-million-dollar lawsuits, they're trying to hide assets, whether it's Kyle just having later in life identity crisis meltdown, whatever the case may be, their public message unitedly is that they are separated. So quite frankly, he's allowed to flirt. He's allowed to hook up with people. He's allowed to do what he wants. They are separated. And even though I don't think that Kyle is actually in a lesbian relationship with Morgan, she's really doing everything in her power to keep that rumor going. The video and showing up together and the matching tattoos. It's like she was just doing the absolute most. Now, I think it would be really something if Kyle came out and was dating a guy and was like all flirty with some guy. I think that would actually get Mauricio upset, because Mauricio isn't bothered by Morgan Wade by any means, but I think he would be bothered if it was some like hot, rich guy, because to be honest with you, Kyle Richards is a come up for Morgan Wade. We didn't know who the hell Morgan Wade was until she started hanging out with Kyle Richards. So I don't think Mauricio really cares about that. He's actually said, oh, I love Morgan. Also because I think he knows they're not actually having sex. But I think if Kyle wants to really get Mauricio back or actually get his attention, because everything that she's been doing has been counterproductive, right? The tattoos, it's only adding friction. The fake Morgan relationship, it's only making you look crazy out here on these streets. They're having the temper tantrums and being really mean and being really short, being really irritable, trying to test and provoke his mother at Portia's birthday party. All the things that you're doing for attention is actually going to backfire. They're going to make you guys just go further and further and further away from each other. But if you actually want his attention, in my personal opinion, I do think it's kind of an unhealthy way to do it, but a lot of people do it this way. Actually be out here with a dude. with a man that's a come up for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, let him be an actually like successful guy with his own money that's legitimate money, and he looks good and he smells good and it's all good. You know, let him be a come up for you. If Mauricio sees you with a guy who is a come up for you, that is what's going to get him jealous. That's what's going to get him to pay attention to you. But you running around just being mean to him and losing weight left and right isn't really going to do anything. It's not. It's going to get you actually divorced. Anyway, let's keep going. One day earlier, Umansky shared an Instagram photo of himself with Lauren and Michael Bosstick, noting that he'd been in Austin to record an episode of The Skinny Confidential's Him and Her Show podcast. I just had so much fun recording for The Skinny Confidential podcast with Lauren and Michael, Umansky captioned the snap. We had a really great conversation. So this is the thing. Since he's in Austin filming a podcast, either one or two things. One, this mystery blonde traveled with him, so he knows her and they traveled together. Or B, this is a random mystery blonde booty call that he met in Austin, right? Because Mauricio doesn't live in Austin. He was there for business to be on the podcast. So who is this mystery blonde? Is it somebody in the group that he hit it off with and it's like a, hit it and quit it situation? Or is it somebody that he's seeing and he actually flew her out with him to Austin? Plot thickens. According to Umansky, Umansky's scripted Texas comes weeks after he and Emma denied rumors they were dating following Umansky's separation from wife Kyle Richards. Umansky and Slater, who were partners on season 32 of Dancing with the Stars before his October 38th elimination, were spotted holding hands while out in Beverly Hills last month. According to Umansky, the PDA was purely platonic. For full clarity, we are not dating, he said in an Instagram story on October 26th. We've been dancing together now for 6 weeks, 4 hours a day, every single day. Well, he didn't say they weren't smashing. He said they weren't dating. So maybe he's smashing her, but not claiming her. Who knows? He went on to say that the duo went out for a meal after an intense and an emotional week of rehearsals. We were talking about the week during the dinner, and when we came out of dinner, we were recapping, and I reached out to grab Emma's hand, Umansky continued. She grabbed my hand, and they walked to the cars, just recapping. Just like friends do, holding hands. Emma Slater added that she and Umansky developed a very special bond. While filming the ABC dance competition series together, we share similar personalities, she said in the video. We got super close, supportive relationship. We're definitely there for each other, and it's beautiful. That's a great thing. I bet it is. I bet it is. While Umansky claimed nothing romantic was happening between him and Slater, Richard said it was very hard to see the photos of the duo holding hands. That hurt my feelings, the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star, 54, said during an October 25th experience of Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen. Well, how do you think, and I'm not defending Mauricio Umansky by any means, but for Kyle to say that photos of him holding hands with Emma Slater hurt her feelings, even though, like I've said before, I don't really think she's in a relationship with Morgan, how do you think he felt? And then by default, his mother and father felt, that's why the mother-in-law checked you at Portia's birthday party, that you were out here gallivanting with all of these photos of Morgan Wade. It goes both ways. You're out here basically promoting and projecting that you are in a full-blown lesbian relationship with this woman prior to you announcing that you are separated from Mauricio. And now you want to say that a photo of him holding hands with a woman after you, in your own words, said you separated from him, it was your choice, hurt your feelings. Kyle, shut up and sit down. Girl, bye. Because this is the thing. You can't be disrespectful, and then when somebody turns around and says, okay, well, you're disrespecting me, so whatever, I'm going to do me, and then claim to be the victim. Come on. I get it. You can separate from someone and you can still have hurt feelings, but when you have done it to them so publicly, you kind of don't have a leg to stand on when they turn around and do it to you. Turnabout's fair play. Us Weekly confirmed in July that Richards and Umansky separated after 27 years of marriage. The estranged couple shares daughter Alexia Sophia and Portia. Richards previously welcomed daughter Farah during her marriage to her first husband. Earlier this month, an insider told us that neither Richards nor Umansky have hired lawyers or officially filed for divorce. This is the thing. If this separation is actually genuine, and what I mean by that is not for a storyline or not to hide and protect assets because Mauricio is being sued for millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars. If it is actually genuine because of Kyle's, identity crisis and life crisis that she's going through, then I think one of two things. One, I think that their marriage is definitely salvageable. And I'm speaking only from the perspective that the separation is real and genuine. It is salvageable. I think that if they got into couples therapy, I think that if they worked on their communication, and I think that if they both were willing to come wanting to save it, it could be saved. But I think the way they're going now with the tit for tat, with well, I'm going to show you and you did this and I'm going to do that and blah, 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 blah. That's only going to lead to divorce. That's only going to lead to them not being able to reconcile. And as much as I love to clown Kyle, I don't wish that on anybody. So if they can save their marriage and be happy, that's what I want for them. Okay. While they are separated, they want to keep their lives as normal as possible for the kids, the source explained. When and if they do decide to file, neither of them will be bitter or coming after the other. Neither of them wants a long and eventual divorce. Also, we know that there's no prenup. So maybe this whole, we're not going to get divorced, we're not going to come after each other is because they know what's at stake with no prenup signed. Days earlier, Kyle broke down on stage during the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills panel at BravoCon as she discussed the split. I have so many people that don't know us weighing in on our relationship and people saying things like, don't do this, you're going to regret it. I mean, that's kind of me. I think if your separation is legitimate, the way you're moving, Kyle, you're going to regret it, because I think what Mauricio is doing now, holding hands with Emma Slater, being all over this mysterious blonde, he's on some get back and I don't care-ish. That's what he's on. He's on some get back and I don't care. You don't care, I don't care. You disrespect me, I disrespect you. You provoke my mother, I disrespect you. Like, he's on some get back-ish. You're doing, lesbian video shoots. Well, I'm going to do what I got to do. He's on some get back. That's what he's doing. It's pretty much clear as day. But Kyle, you also can't cut it both ways. You can't be on a reality TV show for over a decade that is literally centered around your family life. Not only you, but then also Mauricio's show, Buying Beverly Hills, and then complain when people weigh in on your family life. Like, you're literally on the show called The Real Housewives. So obviously when you're going through a separation and cheating, maybe divorce and whatever else is going on with you, we're going to weigh in on it. You can't just get the checks. You can't just get the followers on social media. You can't just get the brand and sponsored deals. You can't just get the glory without having some guts to deal with what that entails, especially when you're on the show in everybody else's business. We have to own it. We have to talk about it. We have to be open. We have to be honest. That's not true. We have to tell the truth. So if you are going to hold everybody else accountable, you can't really complain when we ask the same of you, Kyle. You're literally on The Real Housewives. Honestly, the show should be called The Real Divorcees, because basically everybody on the show is either single, divorced, or separating. So, all right. So she says on the red carpet, I'm like, don't you think I wanted? Do you think I wanted this? Do you think that this was my fairy tale? Think about what you're saying to me. I am thinking about what I'm saying to you, Kyle. What I'm saying to you is get some good therapy, sweetie. Have several seats and relax. So with that, you guys, put it down below. Let me know what you guys think. First, do you think the mysterious blonde was Emma Slater with Mauricio? One way we'll find out is when the episode of the Skinny Confidential podcast episode comes out. I'm not sure if it's out yet. I'll have to check and see if it's out. But when that comes out, if Emma is featured on the podcast, as like, oh, and we have his Dancing with the Stars partner, then we'll know it was her. But if not, did he fly a random blonde girl to Austin with him? Did he find a random blonde girl with Austin with him? And also, turnabout's fair play. Do we really care? And do you think Kyle and Mauricio's separation is real? Do you think it's genuine, or is it a storyline, or is it to hide assets? Put it down below. And until then, be sure to like, subscribe, and share.